sometimes the person you push away is the only one who still prays for you. And Michael had no idea that the woman he once broke would be the one to pull him back from the edge. Michael Harlow was the kind of man people stared at twice. Tall, handsome in that quiet, serious way, the kind of presence that filled a room without him speaking a word. Yet for all his success, for all his wealth, there was a silence around his heart he never let anyone approach. Except Claire. Claire Bennett had loved him long before he ever noticed her. She was warm, soft-spoken, the kind of woman who remembered every birthday, every favorite meal, every small detail about the people she cared for. When Michael finally asked her out after months of dancing around their feelings, she felt the world unfold like a blooming flower. For a while, he was everything she thought love should be: gentle, attentive, thoughtful. Then, suddenly, he wasn't. One cold evening, sitting across from her at a quiet restaurant, Michael exhaled sharply and said the words that split her open. "I think you're too emotional for me, Claire. Too much. I need space." He walked out before she could breathe, leaving her staring at an untouched plate as his shadow disappeared. She cried for weeks. He didn't call, not once. But life has a strange way of turning pages when we least expect. 6 months later, Claire had finally rebuilt herself. She wasn't happy, not fully, but she was standing again, working at the Community Rehabilitation Center, caring for elderly patients, slowly learning how to smile without trembling. And then one afternoon, she heard a voice behind her. "Claire?" She froze. Michael stood there, not in his perfect suits, not in the polished calm she remembered. He looked shattered, his hair unkempt, his face pale, his eyes swollen like a man who hadn't slept in days. "What happened to you?" she whispered. He swallowed. "My life is falling apart." She didn't know why her heart still clenched for him, but it did. He told her everything. His company had collapsed, investors pulled out, rumors of fraud, false but damaging, circulated online. His best friend and business partner had betrayed him, stolen everything, disappeared with millions. Michael was under investigation, hounded by the press, abandoned by everyone he trusted. Everyone, except the one person he once walked away from. Something inside Claire softened, against her will, against her pride. "Come with me," she said quietly. She brought him to the rehab center's quiet garden. Elderly patients sat in the sun, knitting, playing chess, laughing softly. Michael watched them, confused. "Why here?" he asked. "Because this is where I learned to breathe again," she replied. She made him tea, sat across from him, and for the first time, Michael let himself break. Tears slipped down his face, raw and unrestrained. "I don't know who I am anymore," he whispered. "I've never seen you like this," she said softly. "I've never been like this," he admitted. Claire didn't touch him, didn't lean in, didn't try to save him with affection. She simply sat there, steady and grounded, the one thing he had never let himself value. Over the following days, Michael kept returning, sometimes silent, sometimes trembling, sometimes carrying guilt so heavy his shoulders sagged. Claire guided him through breathing exercises, through the center's therapy program, through moments of reflection. She wasn't a therapist, but she knew pain. She understood cracks in the soul.
And slowly, he started to change. One night, as Claire was locking up, she saw a familiar car parked outside, a black SUV. A man stepped out wearing a suit, sharp and cold.
Michael Harlow? He asked. Claire's heart pounded. Who are you? Private investigator. The man showed his badge. We're looking for him. Why? He didn't just lose money, the investigator said. He didn't just get betrayed by a partner. There's something else he hasn't told you. Claire swallowed. What? The man leaned in. Michael wasn't just a victim. He was the target. Someone wanted him destroyed. Her breath caught. Who? The investigator paused. We believe it was someone close to him. Very close. Before Claire could respond, Michael came outside. When he saw the investigator, he tensed. Why didn't you tell me? She whispered. Because he was dangerous. Because loving you felt like giving him a target. A single tear slid down Claire's cheek. You should have trusted me with the truth. I know. His voice cracked. And I'm sorry. For everything. For hurting you, for lying, for breaking something I never deserved. She looked at him. Not the man who left her, but the man crumbling before her, raw and human. You still care about me, she said softly. He closed his eyes. I never stopped. The investigation intensified. Michael testified. Evidence surfaced. His partner was arrested in another state. Michael was cleared of wrongdoing. But the world didn't magically go back to normal. Michael stayed at the rehab center for weeks, helping patients, volunteering, slowly rebuilding his life from the ashes. One evening, the sky painted in soft pinks, he approached Claire in the garden. Claire, he said gently, I don't deserve a second chance. But if there's even a small corner of your heart that can forgive me, I want to spend my life earning it. She looked at him long and hard. You hurt me, she whispered. I know. You broke something. I know. You disappeared when I needed you most. His shoulders sagged. I'll spend years making up for it if that's what it takes. She stepped closer, just enough for him to feel her presence. Michael, she said softly, you didn't just break me. You also taught me how strong I can be. And maybe that's why I have exactly one more chance left inside me. His breath trembled. Are you saying? Yes, she whispered. One chance. No more running, no more secrets. He reached for her hand, slowly, reverently. She didn't pull away. And under the fading sunset, two broken hearts began stitching themselves back together, thread by trembling thread. Thank you for listening to this heart-touching journey of forgiveness, redemption, and second chances. If this story moved you, stay close, because more life-changing stories are coming your way. You're always welcome here at DLYN Stories, where every story heals a little piece of the heart. See you in the next one. Bye for now.